All right, we'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's meeting and call to order the regular meeting of the West Valley City Council. It is November 26, 2024. We're beginning our meeting at 6:30 p.m. in the council chambers of West Valley City Hall. All members of the council are present. Excuse my winter voice. We have Councilman Fitzsimmonu, Councilman Whetstone, Councilman Harmon, Councilman Hune, myself, Councilman Christensen, Councilman Norfelt. We're also joined at the dais by our city manager, Mr. Peely, and our city recorder, Ms. Kamick. I will now turn the time over to Councilman Harmon for our opening ceremony.
Thank you, Mayor. We've got a good group here tonight. Wish you a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving this week to you and your families. If you'll also stand and join us by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, thank you so much. We will now go to our minutes of November 12th, 2024. Turn it to the council for discussion or a motion.
Motion to approve the minutes of November 12th.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Okay, seeing none, those pass unanimously. We now have our award ceremonies and proclamations. We have a proclamation recognizing November 30th, 2024 as Small Business Saturday. And I'll turn the time to our Councilman Whetstone for the reading of our proclamation.
Thank you, Mayor. Whereas small businesses are an essential element of the West Valley City community, and many consumers who are aware of Small Business Saturday said the day encourages them to shop small all year long and support local businesses. And the City Council celebrates our local small businesses and the contributions they make to our local economy and community. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and the City Council of West Valley City, do hereby proclaim and recognize November 30th, 2024 as Small Business Saturday and encourage our residents to support small businesses in West Valley City throughout the year.
Hey, thank you. Would now like to invite one of our small business owners, Mr. Andres Sanchez. He is the owner of La Casa del Tamal, to come to the podium and give us a few words. And then afterward, would ask you to come up and shake everyone's hand, and then we'll get a picture.
Oh, great. Hello, everyone. So my name is Andres Sanchez, and I represent La Casa del Tamal and LCTT Restaurant Group. We were established in 2019 here in West Valley. We started in the indoor swap meet, indoor bazaar. From there, we've grown ever since. We opened our first location on 5600 West, and from there, we've been growing. We opened a coffee shop in 2022, and now we're working on our third location in Salt Lake City. We've loved being part of West Valley. I was speaking to the mayor last week about how in West Valley, you can really get the best food out of the whole state. You can get the best Peruvian, Mexican, any type of food you can think of, you can get it here in West Valley. So we're proud to be a part of that. We owe our success to our wonderful community, our great leadership. We're led by Christina, our head chef and owner. She has made it possible for us to all be here, and to our great staff. So I appreciate you guys giving us the time to come speak.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we could. Would you like the rest of your team to join you?
You're all welcome to come up.
Good call.
Yes.
One, two. There you go.
Thank you so much for locating in our city. All right, we'll now go to our recognition. And this is of Jackson Best, and he is the winner of the Design West Valley City Contest. And we'll turn the time over to our PR guru, Mr. Johnson, to introduce.
We could have Jackson come and join me up here. So we tried something new this year where we had a contest for the community, and it was called Design West Valley City, Design WVC. And we had a bunch of people that applied with their different designs for how they viewed the city and why they were proud of the city and all that. As we went through all of the designs, they were all fantastic, but we settled on the one that you can see right now, which was Jackson's. And there were several reasons I think we loved it. The creativity was fantastic, and his overall explanation of the design, and you could truly sense his love of the city and his passion for the city. Jackson is very involved in the community, student body president at Hunter High School, part of our youth city council as well. I found out when we tried to get him to come out to the puzzle night, which his family all came out, Jackson was busy in a play musical. So I don't think he has a lot of free time. So we're glad he could come today. So I wanted to give him a minute to explain, and then we'll give him his recognition.
Yeah, I just decided to do this competition because I really love West Valley City and I'm really proud to be a resident of it. Like I've grown up here my whole life and I've learned a lot of graphic design at Hunter and thought it would be a cool way to show my love for the city. Thank you.
Thank you. If you don't mind coming and shaking hands. Thank you so much.
Picture for you. Oh, yeah. If the family would like to come up and join, and we'd love that. Yes. Oh, that's great. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
I would like to thank you both for coming out. You may stay for the entire meeting, but you don't have to. It's not a requirement. All right, we'll now go to our public comment. Public comment period is limited to 30 minutes. Any person wishing to speak shall limit their comments to 3 minutes. Upon recognition by the mayor, you will approach the microphone. If you did not sign up with your name and address, please give us that. Otherwise, just your name. All comments shall be directed to the mayor. No person addressing the city council during the comment period shall be allowed to speak more than once. Comments shall be limited to city business and matters within the purview of the city council. Speakers should not expect a debate with the mayor, the council, or the staff. The mayor, council, and staff may respond after the comment period is concluded, and speakers shall refrain from personal attacks against fellow citizens, city staff, or members of the council. So, speaker 2. Nobody signed up to be number 1.
Jim Visock. In the last month, 6 weeks, there has been 3 grand openings in West Valley City. Cafe Rio up at 56 and 5400 up there by the Chevron, next to Jack in the Box opened up. Had a great big event. Lots of people showed up, long lines. It was great to meet their general managers, stuff like that. And then a few days later, actually on Veterans Day, Marco's Pizza opened up in the same strip mall. I went a couple days later and actually met with the general manager, and she talked about her and the company wanting to be community involved. This is their third one in West Valley. And so I asked, and we got as prizes for Friendsgiving, some pizza rolls from them. They stepped up. A few days later, Jersey Mike's opened up their third location in West Valley City also. And once again, I got to meet the owner of the franchise. Really nice guy. And once again, he was doing a promotion for Kearns High in football. I'm like, well, we got this Friendsgiving thing. And would you like to participate? Donate a couple sandwich cards. He says, yeah, I think we could donate 20 of them. So he donated 20. We're going to use them for several different events. But it was cool to see these businesses coming into West Valley, continuing coming to West Valley, and talking about how great it is to come into West Valley and opening up at their first, second, and third locations. Moving over to my hometown, we've had a couple recitals in the last week. And the Northeast Granger one for the last 4 years, some of the kids have progressed up. Councilman Hunes' son and daughter piano playing, and his son did the longest recital of all of it, and it was great. The smile on his face as he kept playing. My hometown youth Friendsgiving was a great event. Our youth president is 14 years old, and she's running it really, really well. And as an advisor with them, we advise them. They did all the work. We're just there to support them. And it was great to see the city manager and the mayor out there and his family that showed up. And then last week I was able to go on the rental property tour. And we hear all these builders coming in and making all these promises, but we never see the back end of it. And be able to go out there and see the back end and what the two that we went to, how nice these properties were. I was really, really surprised, and I was glad that they kept their promises, because when they came in, some of them made a lot of promises and they kept them. It was good to see that.
Okay, thank you. Speaker 3.
Okay, Mike Markham, a couple of quick things. I think it would be a great investment for the city to buy a front end alignment rack for the shop. It's going to save a lot of money by being able to do all that stuff in-house, because if you take a car to the shop they usually go to, there's a problem. Are we going to pay them the $125 an hour to repair that vehicle? Because as you know, the roads aren't that red hot. Sorry, Dan. But I think it would be a good investment for the city. Also, I noticed in going over the Dowdle puzzle, there was one establishment that I'm sure was forgotten, left off, which one that's been in this city for many, many, many years is the Westerner on Redwood Road. That's been around a lot longer than some of the other establishments that were put on there. I don't know if it was unintentionally left off or it was just an oversight. So thank you.
Thank you. So I forgot to mention at the beginning, if you're here for one of the public hearings, you'll have time for those later. But if it's just public comment, you're great to go now. So speaker 4. Royce, Chance.
How are you doing, Mayor? I and my colleague, we're both interns for social work at USC, currently work at Valley Behavioral. I just wanted to actually read part of an op-ed that I wrote that was published in the Tribune this week, and I think it will apply to West Valley as well. I'm a veteran, and I served as an infantry team leader during the initial invasion of Iraq. I've seen myself through many tough times, but I became a soldier, without a purpose when I came home, and I struggled with addiction, mental health, and I eventually became part of Utah's homeless population. I survived combat in Iraq only to come home and fight to survive being homeless during the winter. And even after years of stability, the Utah winters still scare me. So when the chills of approaching winter begin to set in, my thoughts always tend to drift as I reflect on my not so distant past. I can recall mornings when I would count down the minutes until the track service started just so I could ride the routes and get out of the cold for a few hours. I even remember the one time I pretended to miss my bus, even though I never actually purchased a ticket, just so I could remain in the Warren bus station lobby overnight. We all know that Salt Lake winters can be notoriously cold, and looking at this past winter, temperatures got as low as 14 and we saw 23 inches of valley snow. And if you don't believe me, I encourage you to venture out of your house on a snowy morning in a t-shirt and jeans. How does that make you feel? Think about the bitter frost on your fingertips, the wind whipping through your clothes. And as you heave a sigh of relief walking back into your warm home, I want you to think about how you would feel if you couldn't walk back indoors. If there's anything still left about the fact that we are facing a crisis, one just has to take a look at our growing numbers of unsheltered. And I believe that we as a community, we're only as strong as our weakest link. And right now, we're not looking so strong. I believe we can and we must do better. We need to not wait until the first snowfall to address the issue, because the planning needs to start earlier in the year so that, local leaders have the adequate time to be able to prepare a logistically sound winter response plan. We also need to be designating more vacant buildings, empty churches, contracting hotels to use as temporary emergency shelters. And we should also establish more temporary heating centers, something that provides snacks, coffee, a place to warm up, much like the cooling stations that are provided throughout the city in the summer. Because I can remember times in which all I wanted was a bite to eat, a warm, safe place to take a nap, and I'd often go to a truck stop, pay a few dollars, spend an hour under a steamy hot shower to find a welcome reprieve from the cold. Our community needs to consider more frequent and food and clothing drives, because a continuous flow of donations means, the homeless aren't having to wait months to replace a tattered jacket and worn down shoes. I think by increasing our interactions that we can bridge the gap between our communities and the homeless and inspire others to get involved, because with the support of local leaders, a few well-placed ideas, and a community in action, I think our weakest link is starting to look a whole lot stronger.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, speaker 5. Yes.
I have one for me and one for you.
Thank you.
Even though it's impossible to sum the whole thing in 3 minutes, but I will go straight up to issues. Issue number 1, my dog will be guaranteed the most expensive dog the human being raised ever witnessed. You will never walk without my dog. You go bring him from the grave, wherever is my dog. I find my dog 4 times, and your animal shelter, animal services, they refuse to show up. What do you want me? They do it intentionally. They want me to be the guy up. No, I will not. And my dog walk and a broken heart. Oh, you do not know how I feel about my family. You do not know. I'm an Arab. We are different. That's 1. 2, I told you last time, I'm here for peace. I'm not here to target any of you. I have no business doing that. I care about my interest, my rights. When you have a police officer sitting in front of me for all day, I do not know what he's doing. We're going to ask Trump how we waste 331 trillion, half the world economy, and we have, I do not want to insult. Now, I think the written here is insulting in its own. You have, this is the bad news. The good news I have for you, and I want you to take it seriously. I have gave 14 years ago good news to Salt Lake City Council, like you. I suggested that them a chief of the police, Mr. Brown. He is still, until today, chief, 14 years. And we did not have one problem with the chief or the mayor or the city council. We had a problem with officers. We want it that way. However, my dog issue will change that with you. And I'm not going against you or you or you. I'm going against both of you. I will never allow you to walk with my dog. Remember that. And when I say that, I'm talking about political capital I have. I didn't think so you realize it. I started 3 revolutions in the Middle East using my phone. And that's a fact. I'm going to start another revolution as soon as I'm done with you, in my state, in Syria, we need to get rid of Assad and the Iranian toys and settle with the Israelis our problems in peace. We are waiting for Netanyahu to go, and he will. The guy after him, he's a good guy, and he wants peace.
Hey,
So that's
thank you, sir.
okay.
No more
Let me
time.
just suggest
More
the
time.
good guy
You're
for
always
you.
welcome to come back next meeting, December 10th.
Just one word.
No, let's go.
Navarro.
Thank you.
Navarro. Navarro is a good officer. That's a good chief.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Mr. Navarro, Officer Navarro. If you
Okay,
need a chief, Navarro.
okay, thank you. Was there anyone else that wished to speak that did not have an opportunity to sign up? Okay, seeing none and no one online? Okay, thank you. We'll now close the public comment period. Is there any response from the council? Okay, seeing none, we'll go to our public hearings. We will begin with application GPZ 7, 2024. This application is for a general plan change for an industrial project development with a projected building size of 320 square foot for the property located at 5892 West and 5998 West Parkway Boulevard. So we'll open the public hearing. Is there anyone here that wishes to speak to this application? Okay, would you give us your name and address when you come to the mic?
Chris McCluskey, sorry, I'm fighting a little winter voice as well. Chris McCluskey, 136 Main Street, Suite 400, Salt Lake City, 84101. Just wanted to speak on behalf of the project. We're excited as Van Trust to be part of the community. Look forward to being a great development partner, and I know you'll have some other discussions along the way, but wanted to make sure I was here for any questions. So if there are any, I'll be available.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, anyone else wish to just comment on this issue? Okay, seeing none, we will close the public comment period, public hearing. And this application has 3 different ordinances and resolutions that go along with it. So we'll begin with ordinance 24-45. That is to amend the general plan from medium density residential and large lot residential to light manufacturing. And then after that one, we'll address ordinance 24-46 to amend the zoning map from agriculture to manufacturing. And then our third item on this issue is resolution 24-154 to enter into a development agreement. So I'll now pass this on to the council for discussion or a motion.
Motion to approve ordinance 24-45.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone.
No.
Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
Councilman Hune.
Yes.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt.
Yes.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes by majority.
Okay, thank you. Now we'll go to ordinance 24-46 to the council.
Motion to approve ordinance 24-46.
Second.
Okay, we'll turn it to Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Nordfelt.
Yes.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Hune.
Yes.
Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone.
No.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes by majority.
Okay, and then I'll turn resolution 24-154 to enter into development agreement to the council.
Motion to approve resolution 24-154.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
Councilman Hune.
Yes.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt.
Yes.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll now move to application ZT 10, 2024. And this item and the next one are tied together. This application would remove the Decker Lake overlay zone and would add development standards for properties between 3100 South and 3500 South. Staff is proposing this because the area is now mostly developed. there are only 5 properties where the overlay zone exists, which will be addressed in the next application. And the city is working with a consulting firm required by state law to create project areas around our light rail stations. Any future land use regulations adopted for the Decker Lake Light Rail Station area will be taken care of the time of that study. So I will turn this resolution, which is ordinance 24-47, to the council for discussion or a motion. Oh, public hearing first. See, I just want to go home. Okay, is there anyone here to speak to this issue? We'll open the public hearing. And no one. Okay, we'll close the public hearing and everything I just said applies. So to the council.
Motion to approve ordinance 24-47.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you. We'll see if I can get this last one right. So we now have application Z8 2024. And these are the 5 properties that would be impacted by the previous application if the overlay zone is removed, and it was, from the code. So it also has to be removed from the zoning map. So is there anyone in the audience that wishes to speak to this application? Seeing none, we will close the public hearing, and I'll turn same ordinance 24-48 to the council for discussion or a motion.
I move to approve ordinance 24-48.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu,
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
and Mayor Ling.
Yes,
Motion passes unanimously.
thank you. Okay, we'll now move to ordinance 24-49. This ordinance would decrease the number of player passes and increase the fee for player passes to $2.99 from $2.49 to allow for more general public play on our golf courses. So this will go in effect for both of our golf courses, the Ridge and Stonebridge. So with this, I'll turn it to the council for discussion or a motion.
Motion to approve ordinance 24-49.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you. Now we'll go to our resolutions. We'll begin with resolution 24-155. This would allow for the complete winterization of the chiller and cooling system at the Family Fitness Center. Staff is requesting that glycol be added to protect the system from freezing to reduce the need for more maintenance. The total is $57,429 from the existing budget. To the council for discussion and a motion.
Mayor, I'd move to approve resolution 24-155.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
and Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We'll now go to resolution 24-156. This item would amend several provisions to the personnel principles and procedures manual policy. Sorry. Too many P's there. Personal policies and procedures manually. This manual does not, anyway, specifically related to holidays and PTO for our personnel manual. To the council for discussion or a motion.
Motion to approve resolution 24-156.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes,
Motion passes unanimously.
thank you. We'll now go to Resolution 24-157. And this would allow the city to enter into agreement with Ponfex Counseling to perform a study that would update the city's pay structure through various methods. To the council for discussion or a motion.
Mayor, I just want to make one comment on this. I'll be voting no, just simply because we just approved a policy change on research that staff did, and I don't know, I feel like things were done a little bit backwards there. And maybe these are services that staff could do, but I'll just throw that out there.
Okay, thank you.
I move for approval of resolution 24-157.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone,
No.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
and Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes by majority.
Okay, thank you. Now we'll move on to Resolution 24-158. This will renew a 5-year agreement with Axon to provide body-worn cameras and tasers to the police department. These also include AI-generated reports. Annual cost is $600,110.81, and this would be a 5-year commitment. So we'll turn it to the council for discussion or a motion.
Move for approval of resolution 24-158.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you. We'll now attend Resolution 24-159. And this is an interlocal agreement with the county to allow the city to receive TRCC funding to complete Phase 1 and Phase 2 of our Veterans Park. The city will receive $923,840 and must commit $672,000 to the project. To the council for discussion and a motion.
Motion to approve resolution 24-159.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
No.
Councilman Hune,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt,
No.
and Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes by majority.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll move to Resolution 24-160. This is for the 24-25 sidewalk repair project. The project repairs damaged sidewalk to 50 locations and includes tree removal. Total cost is $220,000 from our transportation funds. To the council for discussion and a motion.
Motion to approve resolution 24-160.
Second.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. And just a note for the audience, if it seems like we're just ripping through this so fast, but we study these issues 2 weeks before this meeting and have plenty of time on an individual. In our study session, we can all ask questions, but then we have time to ask individual questions as well. So they've been well studied. We're just not ripping through them fast. So we'll now go to Resolution 24-161. And this is for the purchase of 99 streetlight assemblies for the 2025 streetlight project. It will include restoration of 45 lights on Lake Park Boulevard from Parkway to Corporate Park Drive, and also 54 new neighborhood lights throughout the city, totaling $205,425. So this is from the streetlight utility. To the council for discussion or a motion.
Mayor, I'd like to shed some light on resolution 24-161 and motion to approve it.
Second.
Very nice. Thank you. So we have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt.
Yes.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Our next resolution is 24-162, and it was actually commented on in our comment period. This is for the purchase of a wheel alignment machine. Total cost $79,976 from the CIP fund. To the council for discussion and a motion.
Motion to approve resolution 24-162.
Second that, as I feel it's aligned with our city mission.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion, a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We now have resolution 24-163. Staff has been using a rental mastic machine to patch our potholes during the 4 winter months. And by purchasing our own equipment, the city will break even in under 5 years and be able to use the machine year-round instead of just during the winter months. Anticipated life of the equipment is 10 years, and the total cost is $127,308. And those funds will come out of our Class C road funds. To the council for discussion and a motion.
I move to approve resolution 24-163.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you. We'll now move to our consent agenda. We have 3 items, and they're all our typical consent agenda, including easements, deeds, and right-of-way purchase agreements. So I'll turn these 3 to the council. You can take them one at a time or all 3 at once for discussion and a motion.
Mayor, with that last motion, we've got smooth roads ahead. I'd like to motion to approve all the items of the consent agenda.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt.
Yes.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Hey, thank you. I can tell by the council's motions that everybody's in the holiday spirit. So we have no more need for any other items this evening. So I'll turn it to the council for one last motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And everyone have a safe holiday and a nice vacation. Pardon?
December 10th is our next meeting.
Oh, yes, and December 10th is our next meeting.